In the solitude of the Ural Mountains, a tent torn from the inside out. Tracks in the snow, some barefoot, others wearing only socks. Objects left behind as if the escape had been desperate. The scene, discovered by investigators in February 1959, was disturbing and inexplicable. Days later, the bodies of the ski group would be found under baffling circumstances, showing signs of a fight against the cold and injuries that defy logic. What could have driven 9 experienced skiers to abandon the safety of their tent in the middle of the night? An avalanche, a military test, or something even more terrifying? To understand the end, we need to return to the beginning. In January 1959, a group of skiers, led by Igor Dyatlov, set out for northern Russia, following a route that promised mountains and forests covered in ice. They were students and engineers, full of life and optimism. The journey was a rite of passage, from the trains and buses that took them to the last inhabited village, to the absolute silence of the snow, where only the creak of skis remained. In their diaries, they recorded laughter, the beauty of the landscape, and even a trivial argument over who would have to sleep closest to the uncomfortable stove inside the tent. Small details of an ordinary life, unaware that they were becoming part of one of the greatest mysteries of all time.
We arrived very early in Serov. Since they didn't let us enter the station with our backpacks, we camped nearby. Yurka, always with his brilliant ideas, decided to sing and pass around his cap asking for spare change. But he ended up taken by the police, accused of deceiving people. We had to rescue our hero. Later, we went to the primary school and spent the afternoon with the children, telling stories about our travels. They grew so attached, especially to Zina, that they cried when saying goodbye. At night, on the train, we sang for hours. Between laughter, without noticing, we began to argue about love and kisses, each one wanting to be right. We laughed, disagreed, and for a moment, everything felt simple and alive. It's 5 degrees, first day of the route. We sing. The boys play guitar and Rustic joins in with the mandolin. The sound touches the heart. This is the last place of civilization, and it's rare to meet people like this. In general, I love the sound of the guitar and admire anyone who is musical. The boys overall are good. They dance, they're cheerful, full of music. Yura Yudin is leaving us today. His sciatic nerve flared up again, and he's heading back. Such a shame. We will be only 9.
After days filled with laughter, arguments, and songs in the snow, the group entered a different region. The wind grew colder, the horizon emptier, and the mountain before them seemed to watch. They called that place Kolotsyakhl, a Mansi word meaning mountain of the dead. The people of the region said that no animal lived long on its slopes. The game vanished, the wind changed direction without warning, and the air vibrated with sounds that seemed to come from the stone itself, accounts that emerged not long after mentioned orange lights crossing the sky on moonless nights. Others describe distant roars and sharp cracks echoing across the ice. Could these sounds be explained? Infrasound created by the wind sweeping over the crests of the mountain? or the sound of frozen ground splitting under extreme, overwhelming cold, making the earth crack in a grim scream. But for the ancient peoples, none of this had an explanation. Kola Chakal was a living mountain, a place where the wind spoke and silence answered. Those who crossed it, they said, never returned the same. It was there that the Dyatlov group began their ascent, slowly toward the summit. The sound of the skis mixed with the whistling wind, and each step felt heavier. But the omen would not be for everyone. By a twist of fate, Yuri Yudin, the youngest of the group, began to feel severe pain and had to return. It seemed like just a minor illness, but looking back now, it feels almost like a warning. With only 9 members remaining, the group continued their journey along the frozen slopes, moving ever closer to the mountain. Before reaching their final point, they left part of their supplies behind, a promise of return that would never be fulfilled. On the next incline, they leveled the ground to set up their tent amid winds reaching 12 meters per second. They made the final preparations for the night, and silence enveloped the camp. Estimates for that evening placed the temperature at 19 degrees below zero. Night fell. The night of February 1st, 1959. It would be the last of their journey. By then, the group may have been dreaming of the trip's events or of reaching their destination. Although what happened in those moments remains uncertain, we know how it ended. Outside, the air could be frightening. The wind might change direction, or at times, stop completely. Then something alarming enough occurred to wake the group and lead them to an unusual decision. Whatever happened made the hikers flee the tent in the most unexpected way. They descended the slope toward the forest, some barefoot, others wearing only socks. Near the forest, they lit a fire beneath a cedar tree. But 2 of them succumbed to the cold. 3 attempted to return to the tent, fighting against wind and snow, but they too did not make it. 4 headed farther ahead, seeking shelter in the ravine. The cold was the enemy. But what made them flee? Years of investigations and autopsy reports revealed the scale of the tragedy. Most died of hypothermia, but 4 victims had injuries consistent with a strong impact. Like those seen in a car accident, Lyudmila Dubinina was found without her tongue and eyes, a macabre detail that still sends shivers to this day. One of the theories, that the area was used for military tests, gained strength after some clothing pieces were found with elevated levels of radiation. The cold killed, but what caused the initial panic and the brutal injuries? The most popular theory tries to explain the sudden escape. A small avalanche may have hit the tent, causing panic. But there are many holes. Although recent investigations suggest a small slab of snow might have struck the tent, the evidence at the site never confirmed it definitively. The tent was found partially collapsed, with cuts made from the inside out, and still contained organized clothes and objects. Reports of orange lights in the sky emerged in the following weeks, and some claim to have seen them on the night of the tragedy itself. Were they missiles, or something still unknown? More than 60 years later, no theory can explain all the facts. The puzzle of the Dyatlov Pass remains an eternal mystery. Between official explanations, alternative theories, and the emptiness of the unknown, one certainty remains. Something happened on that February night in 1959 that defied logic and reason. And perhaps, shrouded in the cold of the Mountain of the Dead, we may never learn what truly happened. The only traces left from the group are their diaries, a testament to the life that faded into the ice. The mystery reminds us that no matter how hard we try to unravel every enigma, there are places where human reason still cannot reach.